Hi, and welcome to the Maker's Wardrobe. My name is Kathy Rose, and welcome. If you're new here, I thank you for dropping in, and if you're returning, thank you for returning. I finally finished my skirt. This is my Simplicity skirt, vintage skirt, and if you saw my previous video, you would know that I was working on this, and I had at the time some bound buttonholes, and it just wasn't working out. So out with the bound buttonholes, and these are just regular machine-made buttonholes. And I'm going to put in a couple of pictures of what this looks like on. What I did was I took out the panel that I had the bound buttonholes on and used that as a pattern, cut this yoke piece here, and then just went ahead and made the regular buttonholes and put it in the skirt. I do have some fitting issues with it, and the fact that when I tried it on, I realized that the side was pulling, and I think it's because of the way I might have sewn these the buttons on, because the buttons are actually attached to the skirt. And even though this isn't like anything that's like functional or anything like that, it just it's pulling a little bit. So I think that that's what I might have done wrong there. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the picture and let you see what this looks like on. Okay, so now I'm going to give you just a little bit of an update of where I am with my knitted sweater. Of course, the back is done, one side is done, and this is actually the left side of the sweater that I'm finished working up with here, and I'm getting pretty far. I had no difficulties with it. It looks a bit wider than I thought it should be, but you know what? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes when you start working with this kind of thing, your gauge goes off, and your gauge is the stitch per inch that you use to make sure that the sweater actually lines up with the measurements that the designer had intended for the garment. And well, I'll see what happens with it, but so far so good. I am progressing with this. I'm going to show you where I am also with my crocheted sweater. Just give me 1 second and I'll pull that up. Okay, so we have my crocheted sweater that I've been working on, and I've gotten pretty far with it. I stopped working on the bottom of it. Right now, if I was to leave it at this length, it would actually be pretty good. But I stopped working on it because the yarn that I'm using is actually not the recommended yarn, although the yarn that was used for the pattern, it's something that I had from my stash. And so what I did was I stopped at a length that if I was to go ahead and just leave it here, it would be fine. And I started working on the sleeve, as you can see, and I'm going to finish both sleeves, make sure I get the right length that I want before I turn around and start to add some more yarn to the bottom. But anyway, this is where I am with my crochet sweater. I got pretty far, so I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out so far. All right, so moving right along. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I picked up. Now, this stash right here came from Joann's. Everything here is on sale. I got this over at the bargain area where they have so Joann's has this section where they'll have fabric, and it'll be like, they'll have it tagged. Some are like has a pink tag or a blue tag or a green tag, and depending on what's color the tag is, it represents a certain amount off. Like you've got I want to say the blue tag is probably 60% off it, or the pink tag is 50% off. Don't quote me on that, but that's the way it kind of runs. And so this was one of the fabrics that I picked up, and I believe this was 50% off. And It was actually something that I saw before before it was marked down. I really liked it, and I just decided to pick it up. I thought it would make a really nice vintage dress. Maybe I will use it for something like that, maybe something different, but at the time of purchase, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to move on here. This is another piece I picked up that I had been eyeing for a while that I like. And I like yellow, so anything with yellow on it, it's again almost guarantee I'm going to pick it up. Both of these, the previous one and this one, are both cotton, so I'm really loving what I'm seeing here. This one I actually used a coupon on, I believe. Yeah, I think I did. But this is one of their, they call it like their Luxe Fleece. And again, the yellow. I'm just digging the yellow and gray right now. I'm thinking of maybe a spring jacket. And if I get lazy, maybe I'll just turn it into a blanket. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. I also picked up some stuff from Mood. So let me pull those over and show you what I got here. I'm going to start off with some of the... So when you order from Mood Fabric, you get an opportunity to get a few swatches, and these were the swatches that I grabbed from Mood. So I'm really happy that I was able to just, get some swatches for maybe some future projects. I don't know. But I was able to grab these. I think it's like I'm not quite sure. Oh, I guess they had to piece it together, that one together. But for every so many yards of fabric or something like that, or how many cuts of fabric that you get, you're allowed to get but so many swatches. So yeah, so these are just some of the ones that I picked up. All right, and now on to the things that I picked up from Mood. I'm going to start. So I've bought so many patterns for shirts and blouses that I thought, why not? I don't have a really nice satin blouse or like this kind of fabric in my stash. I don't have a piece of my stash that's this thick. Because this is a little, I have something else that I showed you guys, but this is in black, but this is more of a satiny fabric, almost like a bridal satin, more so. But anyway, I thought it'd make a really nice like dress shirt, or a dress blouse rather. Moving on, I got this on sale as well on Mood website, and I'm really digging this. Again, something for the summer, not anything that I wear right now, and it's pretty lightweight. Let me see, grab it on here, but I'm actually not seeing through it that easily, so yeah, pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. And then I picked these two up. It's more like for like suiting fabric. Oh, I pulled something else over here, but anyway. And they actually, I wanted 3 yards and they didn't have it in 3 yards. So I actually ended up getting what was left on the bolt of fabric. So that came in 2 pieces, which actually I appreciate. They actually emailed me and let me know that that was happening. So I appreciate that. They just wanted to know if I still wanted the fabric or not. And I was like, yeah, I still want it. All right. And then this is the other piece, pinstripes, that I picked up. Again, I thought this would make a really nice suit, a really nice, maybe a pencil skirt and jacket or something, I can wear to work. Get all fancy and go to work. Okay, this I picked up from Walmart, and what I was thinking when I picked it up really was I would love to make some curtains for my sewing room, and I was kind of surprised. I've never picked up fabric like this from the Better Homes and Garden from Walmart before, so I'm really I'm looking forward to see what this turns out to work out to be. And I opened one of them so you can get a better look at what the print looks like. And it's really pretty, actually. I really like this. All right, we're going to move on to some patterns. Give me 1 second and I will pull those over. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the patterns I picked up. This one I picked up from Etsy. It's Simplicity8658. I actually saw it somewhere else, and then I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere else, and I couldn't get it in my size. And then I went to Etsy to see if I could, and I did. So I'm really excited to be trying this. Let's see what the back looks like here. Give you a view of that. So it is the Mrs. Vintage blouse and cummerbund pattern, a 1950s vintage shirt blouse. And so I'm looking really forward to doing this at some given point. Now, I already showed y'all enough stuff, so you know it's not, like I said, at some given point. I'll put it on the list. So I've bought a number of skirts lately, all to go with the same fabric. Every time I look at patterns, I was like, oh, this particular pattern will look great with this fabric. This particular pattern will look great with this fabric. And at some given point, I'm going to pull out like 5 different skirt patterns for the same fabric. And actually, let me show you what fabric I'm talking about right quick. And I've shown you guys this before, that I got from Mood. It's the rose, well, these aren't actually roses. And I don't know what these flowers are called. Are these chrysanthemums? Well, if you do know what these are called, can you leave it in the comment and I'll see. But I think, I don't know what these are called. But anyway, I picked up several patterns just to make this skirt. And I even picked up another yard or so for Mood because one of the patterns called for more fabric than I had. So anyway, this is another pattern that I picked up in hopes that, you know, maybe I'll find exactly what I'm looking for and what I want in that particular, to make that particular skirt. All right, picked up just this simple, like, you know, pencil skirt. I just liked it because it was, this is not going to be hard to make. Just FYI, if you're getting started in sewing, this is one of those skirts, a pencil skirt, A-line skirt, anything like that, especially skirts with an elastic waist. Good beginner part, really good beginner projects. Okay, now Know Me. So Mimi G, if you follow Mimi G, if you know who Mimi G is, she started out designing for Simplicity. She has, still has, a YouTube channel, some really good stuff on YouTube, and you know, she's come a long way. She's gone from designing and having patterns with Simplicity to actually having and heading her own company, pattern company, and I think this is a branch off from Simplicity, and the company is called Know Me, and it features a lot of people of color that are also designers and you know, in the pattern making this arena. And so pretty proud to you know, hey, see where she's come and how she's gone, and just really proud of her and her success. Anyway, from that line, I picked up 2 patterns. This is one of them. So the Know Me pattern, and I don't really see, this is, okay, so it says ME2002, and it is it's a tunic, looks like, that can be converted into a shirt and pants set. So there's that. And also I picked up the ME2001 coat pattern, and it's a coat, and it comes with the coat and pants. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this. That being said, Now, what I'm actually going to do is sit back at some given point. Today is December 4th. At some point, I'm going to sit back and actually figure out what I'd like to get done for 2023. There's no way I'm going to sew all the things, but I sure am going to try to knock some of them out. The yellow dress, a yellow rush dress, sweater dress that we talked about at one point, that's something that I want to make. And I do want to make a coat this year. And I mean, not this year, this year's almost over. Today's December 4th. But in 2023, I would like to actually make a coat. You know what, you guys? I actually do have one more thing that I want to share. I did pick up some yarn. I don't usually show you guys any yarn, but I do have some yarn coming. I did order some over, like Black Friday sales and that kind of thing. So I do have some yarn that I wanted to show you that I picked up from a company called Knit Picks. And I picked up their City Tweed yarn. This is a DK weight yarn, so it's a kind of a, I would say like a kind of lightish weight yarn. And this is really pretty. I actually have a yellow sweater that I have in another City Tweed kind of yarn. It's very soft to the touch. Not super soft, but soft enough. But I really like this color and decided to pick that up. I also picked up this Wool of the Andes tweed. See a theme here that I kind of like, the tweedy yarn. And this also has a really nice texture, really nice hand to it. So I'm looking forward to making something with this. And I picked up some Bravo, which is an acrylic yarn. I've got a black sweater that I made and I wear it all the time. So I decided, hey, you know what? It's time to make yourself another black sweater. So I picked that up. And finally, I picked up this wonderful yarn bowl. Also, all of these things came from, all of this stuff that I picked up here came from Knit Picks. And if you haven't used one of these before, I already have a ball of yarn tucked in here. As you can see at the side, they have those holes that you can actually put the yarn through here and work, and it kind of just keeps you organized. Or you can just run the yarn through the loop here at the side, and you can pull it through and work with that. Okay, so that's it for this week. I actually, the last time I recorded, I had such a hard time with my phone that I ran out and got something that I could use. So I am using, this is actually a GoPro, and I'm going to see how this comes out. Between work and trying to record and everything else, there was a lot of time lapse in between. So I appreciate you guys for coming back. I appreciate you for being patient while I try to work through all that stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, take care. Please leave a comment. Be kind. Please leave a comment. Give this a thumbs up and share. I hope to see and talk to you guys soon. And I hope that you saw something here that inspired you, whether it be what I'm working on with my crocheting or sewing. I hope something inspired you to or motivated you to go ahead and pull out, the pattern that you had stashed away that you wanted to work on, or an unfinished project or a new project. Okay, you guys, you take care and have a pleasant rest of your week. Take care, you guys. Bye.